First AC rolled out in 1916 and saw service both with the British and the Americans in World War I. And that's where it, its unique design, as well as its toughness, earned it the nickname from British troops as the Bulldog. And, it became such a, it just became, the Bulldog became synonymous with Mack trucks. And so in 1922, they changed their logo and started putting it became the official logo, insignia, whatever you want to call it. You can see here, this was their original insignia for Mack. And so 1/24 scale plastic model kit, realistic detail, 10 3/4 inches long, molded in yellow and black. And 2 decal options, fully detailed engine and cab, detailed chassis, and officially licensed, I assume, by Mack. It's the Atlantis catalog number M2402, made in America, manufactured by Atlantis Model Company, copyright 2023. Here we have on the side, made in the USA, Mack performance counts. And on the side here, the features: length 10.5 inches, 130 parts, molded in yellow and black with water slide decals. Not much here, but a little note, and I'll expand on it, that the Mack truck was a common sight on the roads in the 1920s and 1930s. With its solid rubber tires and chain drive, the Mack Bulldog truck was a familiar sight on city streets in the 1920s, and was used to haul just about anything. Long gone from the motoring scene, these vintage haulers have become classics and are among the favorites for restoration by collectors. This 1/24 scale model is an exact replica of the 1926 5.5 ton Model AC. Over 10 inches long and more than 4 inches high, it molded in yellow plastic and black, and includes decals for Ringling Brothers Circus and the Tidewater Trucking Company. Interior is detailed, and hood opens to show the realistic 4-cylinder 40 horsepower engine. So, a bit of my favorite part, the history. So, Mack Trucks was started in July 1900 by two brothers, John and Augustus Mack, and was originally called the Mack Brothers Company. And they manufactured trucks, buses, and trolley buses. First truck was manufactured in 1905, and the present name of Mack Trucks was adopted in 1922, when they also adopted the Bulldog as their logo. Unfortunately, Mack Trucks was synonymous with American toughness and truck technology for a long time. Now it's owned by Volvo, like so many other great U.S. manufacturers. What can I say? So the AC, as I said, first appeared in 1915, 1916. It was a two-wheel drive, two-axle chain-driven truck. Chain drives in early trucking, and they lasted well into the 30s and 40s. They were great for low horsepower engines and for giving lots of power, especially in the lower gears, to shift the heavy loads. So the AC replaced the Mack Senior model, which was their first from 1905. And you know, it had a lot of interesting features, not the least of which was the Bulldog nose. And the radiator was actually in the rear of the motor, up by the firewall. The Mack AK was a shaft-driven version and produced from 1927 to 1936. And the AP was a six-cylinder engine that was produced from 1926 to 1938. And it was available in either four or six-wheel versions. The four-wheeler had a payload of 7.5 tons, and the six-wheeler of 10 tons. It could also haul as an articulated truck or a semi-tractor up to 15 tons. They also made the AL version, which was for distribution operations and firefighting equipment. Saw extensive service with the militaries of the U.S. and the United Kingdom during the First World War. And Mack delivered approximately 4,500 ACs to the U.S. government and an additional 2,000 to the British military. Altogether, until the model was discontinued, over 40,000 trucks were manufactured. And they were still often seen on the highways and byways and streets well into the 1950s. One of the you can't see it here. Well, you can kind of, but the main innovation of this truck was the steering wheel was placed at a 45-degree angle. Until then, it was basically an upright. You know, you just had to. You were sitting right over it, and boy, no wonder truckers need to be strong. No power steering and no angled steering wheel. So I'll bet a lot of truckers were pretty happy to see that come along. Okay, so let's get into it here. And we've got nicely detailed, solid rubber tires. You can see the tread there. I guess it's double wheels at the back and two wheels on the front. Nothing that says Goodyear or Dunlop or anything like that, but that's okay. There's some vinyl flash here going on that we'll have to trim up. But yeah, nice touch. And so we'll look at the yellow parts here. Little blistering here on the plastic, but on cursory inspection, everything looks good. Okay. Looks like one piece has come off here, but it doesn't look to be damaged in any other way. Nice one-piece hood, or bonnet, as the British would call it. And there was also a vent here, nicely detailed. This nice detail here, you can see the hinges, all the rivets, all the seams. Very nice detail. And then we've got the truck bed. You can see the wooden planks. That's nicely detailed. The sides. The wooden stakes, again, nicely detailed, nicely contoured with nice texture. And looks to be a few little pieces broken off in here, but nothing looks damaged. Okay, and here we've got clear parts. Looks like a two-piece windscreen, windshield, and nicely detailed headlamps. Not a lot of clear parts, but they look fine. They're in a resealable plastic bag, so we'll take them out. Might need a bit of polish on these, but on the other hand, you would, you'd expect a few blemishes on a working truck like this. And directions. Take a look at this. Okay, and here we go with the black color parts. Nicely detailed motor. Cylinder heads. And here we've got the chain drive. You can see it's a little droopy. Hangs in the right places. Drive shaft suspension. I watched some reviews on this, and it's not a, I don't think it's a, it's, I'm going to say it's not an easy build, but it's got a lot of stuff going on, and lots of parts, so it's going to be fun. And there we go. here's the decal set. Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey. I'm going to use the Tidewater Trucking Company, I think. And there's some nice decorative pieces. License plate decals. And the original decal for the new Bulldog type logo for the company that goes on the side of the truck. I'm not sure when they started putting the Bulldog on the nose of the truck. And we have, my goodness, a very large instruction sheet booklet, fold out. They give some more information on the truck on the inside, so that's nice. And they start with the usual information, read through the instructions. Each part is identified by number, trim excess, don't use too much cement, use only paints for plastics or enamel. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what we get inside. One thing I'm liking off the bat here is the size. You won't have any problems reading these and seeing what's what. They give you some important information before you start. And they give you your options right off the bat before assembling chassis if headlights will be attached. As in step 15, clean out the hole indicated on each frame half, 134 and 135. These are the frame holes. And I guess there's the option to not have headlights or maybe carbide lamps instead. And so they're giving you the illustration, and then they're saying cement, springs 154 to frame halves, da-da, da-da, da-da. This is kind of nice, little tick boxes, so you can check off each step as you complete it. Here we got French, English and French. And so, like with most truck kits, they start with the frame and chassis. Move forward here. There's hooks. And I'm already seeing one mistake here, it looks like. This says clean hole for headlights, but it looks like it's hooks that go in there. Anyways, we'll figure that all out. And so they're pretty straightforward steps. Everything really clear. Then we get into the motor, oil filler pipe, timing chain cover, more motor, putting it into the thing I saw was you want to put the motor in first and then do this after. And then step 7, we start with the wheels and the suspension axles. It's kind of awkward to show, but and then so we've got step 8, and we get into the seats. They're nicely detailed. They look like they're meant to look like leather. And likewise the floorboards, nice detail there. Here they go again about the headlights. Gonna have to go over that. Okay, so we got 8, and we've got nice blow-up views here. Step 9, brake lever, cross member, stabilizer bars. Then we go to 10. You have to decide what cab style you want. It comes open cab, partially open cab, and closed cab with windscreen. So, and here we go. We've got the half cab. They give you nice detail where the windshield frame fits, how the steering post goes in. Looks to be nicely laid out. Sorry for the background music, it's Novena Wednesday. Yeah, so then, when we got the stakes, final assembly of the truck bed. I guess you can have it up or down, or make it either way. All the little ancillary things. Here's the carbide lamps, toolbox cover, more carbide lamps. And nothing in color except what's on the box. Notes here, painting the model. And I guess you can, I don't know. So here they show the full cab with windshield, the half cab, full cab without the windshield. And it's very interesting here, when they get to painting the model, they list flat black, silver gray, silver, wood, red, and white. Nothing in yellow, interestingly enough. Oh, yeah, decals. Here's the thing. I saw this on one of the reviews. You can see here. Can you see these? You see these panel lines? These detailed panel lines in black? Well, they give you a decal, except it's a solid piece. So if you want to do that, you're going to have to cut very, very thin strips out of this and then put them on. We're not going to do that. We're going to paint the stuff by hand because I think that sounds way easier. But hey, if you're into it and you have ways to make very thin, very precise lines, go for it. Oh, and I should say, the retail price of this kit, I got it from Amazon with free shipping. It was about $50, but I paid for it with rewards points from the credit card that I earned from lots of Amazon purchases and lots of visits to the veterinarian for the cat. Okay, so here we go. Looks like a nice kit, and from the builds I've seen, it goes together very nicely. I watched a couple of them and didn't seem to be any real problems with fit or warped parts or anything like that. So, something different. And now we get down to rating. The rating. Okay, so that brings us to 9 out of 12 on the rating. No particular bonus points for wow factor. And so it was 1.75 for the packaging because the box was badly dented. Sprues were complete. Everything seemed to be there, and everything looked to be pretty good. But some pieces had come off, so that's off quarter point there. Parts 2.75, quarter point off because of that. They're expecting you to cut those fine lines for the decals. I can imagine how much fun that would be. And a quarter point off on the instructions because they are they're all in black and white. Although I'm going to give them a quarter bonus point, which will take it to 9.25. Even though the instructions are large, that's good. You can see very easy to follow. Okay, so 9.25 total. And so thanks for joining me. Hope you could watch, Terry, and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be back with the build and something else a little different too. Thanks everybody, and have a great night. Hi Terry, it's Steve here at Steve's Vintage Model Builds channel. I dropped by your live chat the other night and was very sorry to hear your news. Gee, that's a tough thing, and I feel for you. What I wanted to do, I mentioned this in a little note to you before. I'm going to do, I've done a kit unboxing and review that's dedicated to you, for your entertainment, as it were. So I'm going to try and have it on at noon Pacific, that's 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and that'll be 8 p.m. UK time on Saturday, January the 5th. So, I mostly do military models, if you've seen anything on my channel, and I know you mostly do hot rods and things like that. But I found myself with some pre-thinned airbrush paints. Unfortunately, they're all glossy, and gloss doesn't work too well for military models, for most of the parts anyways. And so I thought about a way that I could use them, or start using them anyways. And so I ordered this, the Atlantis 124 Mack Bulldog AC. I also got the Ford, the MPC 32 Ford Coca-Cola delivery van version kit. Unfortunately, the cab portion was damaged, so I sent it back, and the price had gone up in the meantime. So rather than reordering it, I'll just wait till the price goes back down again. So, but in the meantime, I got the Bulldog. As you saw, it's bright yellow, or conceivably bright yellow. I think I'm going to do it in a bright yellow body and green. What do you call it? The stake things on the side. So yeah, yellow and green. Kind of a tribute to Ukraine too. Hope you don't mind that. And so I've set this up for a time. I'll let everybody know. So I'm hoping everybody can, some of the people from my end of things. Zinzan was the one who brought you to my attention, and there's a whole little community over there. So, but I thought it would be nice, ever since Zinzan mentioned it, everybody's been pulling for you, including you in their prayers. Excuse me. And I'm sure that a lot of people are going to want to join us to wish you well. So I'm kind of technologically challenged. I haven't figured out really how to stitch two videos together. I might try to do it for tomorrow, but I wouldn't expect too much. So anyways, I'm shooting this just to give you a shout out and let you know what's going on, and that I hope you'll enjoy the show tomorrow. I hope you'll have time and feel well enough to join in. And it's a great crowd, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the live chat. Okay, so all the best, and we'll be seeing you in the Bulldog video. Welcome back to Steve's Vintage Model Builds, and Happy New Year, everyone.